Making $196,000 a year through your Instagram as an online sports coach is simple, not easy. But with the right framework and the right strategy, it becomes a lot easier. So in this video, I'm gonna walk you through the step-by-step process that you can use to turn your Instagram profile into a sales funnel that prints $196,000 a year or $16,000 per month. If you don't know who I am, this is your first time here, welcome in. My name is Nick. I run an online consulting company helping sports coaches grow and scale their online coaching businesses. I've worked with nearly 300 coaches by now. And if you're a sports coach and you want to learn more about how I can help you, go ahead and check out the link in the description. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. This is going to be an absolute banger. I'm going to walk through how you can actually optimize your Instagram profile and turn it into a sales funnel that prints cash. And then I'm going to walk you through some examples of some successful clients that we've worked with. And just so you know, I'm not totally full of shit. We got Adrian right here, made $16,000 last month, third consecutive month. We got Claude right here. He's Will's business partner. They literally had a $6,200 day yesterday. Got my boy Ian right here, 50K cash by the 10th. That was this month. Dylan right here, 8.9K for the month. That was on Sunday. Today's Thursday, the 13th. So what is that? November 9th. He's making about $1,000 a day. And Victor right here has already crossed $12,000 for the month. This was last month actually. So he ended the month at around $12,000, $13,000 with only 2,500 followers. Okay. As you can see, I got a wide assortment of different types of people. I got a couple people who like a speed coach, more of a niche coach, football recruiting coach with more followers, a baseball coach with a lot of followers, baseball coach with some followers, and a baseball coach with a relatively small account. So I'm going to show you exactly how each of these coaches are optimizing their profiles. Let's jump right into it. So the first thing we need to understand is that your Instagram profile needs to follow an actual structure. Okay, most sports coaches have no idea what they're doing when it comes to their Instagram profile. So I'm going to walk through each of the elements here. Okay, so the first thing is that you want your full name right there at the top, or your business's name. Okay, the reason why you want your full name or your business's name is so that way it becomes very easy to find you. Somebody can, meet you on the street and then look up your Instagram, look up your name on Instagram, and boom, it'll pop up, because Instagram is like an SEO search engine, right? Basically, in layman's terms, or in normal people coach speak, you can find people by just searching their name on Instagram. Okay, so that's why we want our full name or our business name here at the top. Then we're gonna want a headshot. Even if you have a business profile like Will right here, his name is Athletes U, but he's got a picture of him right there, okay? And you want it to be pretty recognizable, right? You want it to either show you doing the thing, you want it to be a good headshot, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. This is just for visual. We don't need to walk through there, but we need to get very, very specific in our bio about who we help and why somebody should listen to you. Because at the end of the day, somebody lands on your Instagram profile, right? Let's say they see one of your reels, you're making banger content. They see one of your reels and they come to your profile. It's like, why should I stick around? Why should I follow you? Why should I message you? Why should I view you as an authority? You have like 3 seconds to win their trust, and the bio is the way to win them over, to then spend more time consuming all of your content on your profile. Okay, so we typically want to say I help and then who you help, very, very specifically. Okay, a little bit of like your personal background or some sort of credibility statement, and then the next line, this can kind of depend. I've seen it work a bunch of different ways for people, but you either want to make the offer directly, you want to show more credibility, or you want to have a direct DM me blank call to action. Then in the bottom, we want to have a direct DM call to action or a link call to action directly to your website where people can go apply or watch a video that talks more about how your program actually works. Okay. From there, that is the top half of the profile. From there, the story highlights are super, super, super underrated. And we want to tactically show people information inside these story highlights that either answers a question, like a common question that people typically get, right? So if you're, in the DMs with people, or you're getting on sales calls and people are asking you questions and you feel like you're getting it over and over and over and over again, you might as well just put it as an FAQ on your Instagram story and then highlight it. Same thing with like wins and clients, right? You want people to be able to come to your profile and just consume as much information as possible and build as much trust. Okay. I also like having like a me Instagram story highlight. The reason why I like having me, and this is like about me or like my story, my career, things like that, is people do business with people that they know, like, and trust, right? So see how Will right here has his own personal Instagram or his own personal picture, even though it's his business Instagram, because he's the personality pushing the brand, right? And he's building trust with the audience by saying like, hey, I'm a real human being. I have a real story. And when we get into his profile here, you'll see as well, okay? And then right here, the reason why these pin posts are so important is because when you go on Instagram, and this is obviously optimized for mobile. This is what it's going to look like on mobile. When you go on Instagram, this is all you're going to see when you land on somebody's page. So it's super important that we optimize this page the best way that we possibly can, above the fold, right? This is an old marketing term that basically all we're trying to do is we're trying to convince people to either hit the follow button, message us, or click the link in our bio, right? That is what our profile is trying to do, is we want them to follow us so that way we can engage with them, or we want them to directly message us so that way we can have a conversation, and actually talk to them and see if we can help, or they can go directly to the website where they can get a lot more info. Okay, so that is the whole point of optimizing your Instagram profile. Most people have this completely wrong. Most people don't even know that this is a thing, but if you just do this one thing, I guarantee you it will build so much more trust and make you stand out. Okay, so this is typically the structure we've seen: my story, results, and call to action. Okay, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like, because we got Adrian right here, like I showed you. He's hit 3 consecutive 10K months with only 8,000 followers. I'm going to delete this right here. This is what his profile looks like when you first land on his page on mobile, right? So who he helps, a little bit of credibility, or like what exactly he does. Here's the offer that he has, and then apply to work with me below directly to the call booking link. Okay, so as I said before, like there are a couple different ways that you can run this that works best for you. If you want my help directly optimizing your Instagram profile, go ahead, check out the link in the description. Got a coaching program that if you're the right person, you're a sports coach, you want to grow online, it's absolutely for you. But back to the video. So he's got his bio optimized. He's got a video or a picture of him sliding into third base, right? He's a speed coach. So it kind of makes sense that it's him on the bases. Okay. Then he's got clients, master's degree, sprints. So I'm assuming that's like drills, 60-yard dash. So like clients and their 60-yard dashes, and then jumps. Okay. Then here on his profile, we could check out what his pin posts actually look like. But baseball players, how to run the 60. Like this is a direct call to action. This one is like his story. This one is a little bit of proof. Okay, so maybe he's not following this exact structure, but as you can see, he's pinning posts that are the most impactful, not the ones that are going the most viral. Okay, when we look at Will right here, similar structure. Okay, helping recruits earn scholarships, trusted by 640 football families. Right, DM offer to start how I went from D3 to D1, with a link directly to his landing page where he's got a video on there, okay? Now, you'll see right here, he's got a CTA right here. This video is a call to action. This video is results. And then this video is his story, right? So Will's got a really compelling story. And now he's playing college football at Boston College, and he's got his story right here. He's got his results right here. And then he's got his direct call to action right there. Like just massively done. He's got the wins, the YouTube, and the Boston College, right? So this is his life, building trust with the audience. This is, the wins, and then obviously directly to his YouTube channel, because as you're watching this video right now, you're able to build a lot more trust with me because I'm able to go way more in depth. Like I could never show you all this stuff on Instagram, right? That's not what the platform is for, okay? So here's another example of a client that we work with. And he's got obviously a little bit different of like a bio structure, but very similar. So he's a co-host on the Baseballer Show. That's credibility in itself. He's like co-host on a podcast. Like that's kind of a big deal, right? Being a co-host on a podcast is like a pretty big deal, okay? Then he makes the offer with the I help statement in the second line, and then just says DM interested with a link to his landing page right there in the bio. All he has is FAQs and results. right? Because at the end of the day, that's really all he needs. Then he's got results right here. He's got results right here. And then he's got a direct CTA. If you know what a video sales letter is, that's what he's got there on the far right. Okay, basically a video breaking down exactly how his program works and how he can help you with a bunch of proof, testimonials, things like that. If you want to check out what a good video sales letter looks like, click the link in the description. But so you can see right here, he's optimized his profile pretty well. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers. He's still following the same framework though, right? A lot of people think that it's literally just about the follower count, but you can see right here, you know, Adrian has 8,000 followers, started with pretty much from scratch in January, and now he's making, you know, $10,000 to $16,000 a month every single month, coaching people on speed, okay? And a little bonus, Adrian here is even taking advantage of Instagram's SEO. He's got Speed Coach in his name, right? So if somebody searches up Speed Coach, Adrian is probable to come up, right? Or more probable to come up than if somebody, than if he didn't have that in there, okay? Here's an example of somebody who has, you know, less followers and is on pace to do about 30 grand this month. So shout out to Dylan. He's getting a little bit of heat on TikTok, which I think is hilarious. If you're not getting heat, by the way, if you're not getting hate, then you're not trying hard enough, okay? But here's an example of Dylan's profile. He's just got his name and his name as the handle, okay? And then a picture of him playing at Oregon. I help pitchers get drafted, ex-pro, Oregon Duck alum, right? So I help. Here's proof. Founder of Pitch Zen Performance, so like his program, and then DM me bigs to apply with a link to his YouTube channel right here. And his YouTube channel, that's a video sales letter, okay? He's not using his highlights as well as he could. Obviously, it could be a lot better, but at the end of the day, he's still doing exceptionally well. So, like I said, 8.9K on Sunday, and I'm pretty sure that was like the 9th or the 10th, something like that. But he's like doing about $1,000 a day, maybe a little less, $700 a day if I'm undershooting, right? Then we can look at his pin posts. Right here, he's got results, and he's got results right here. And this is more of like a call to action results video. Right here in the middle, this is his story, right? He's following the exact framework, more or less, without the story highlights that we're talking about. But it's working across multiple different types of accounts. Now, this is probably going to be the account that blows people's minds the most. And this is somebody who, Victor, he talks right here. He started running ads and they've been converting well, and he's already crossed 12K. That was at the end of, or maybe like 3/4 of the way through October, right? So this is somebody who maybe looking at his profile, you think 2,500 followers, like that's really not a lot. Like you're probably not going to make a ton of money. Well, he's probably making more money than you with, not a ton of followers. And he's only been doing this for, 6 months, right? So it's like this can happen quickly, but you have to do things properly. And he's following the framework to a T, which is ironic because he's got the least amount of followers and he's getting the most amount of juice from his followers, right? He had like a 10K month in May and then dialed back to kind of like build out a lot of his systems. And when he built out all of his systems, now he's able to press on the gas with only 2,500 followers, right? With the exact framework that we're talking about, that he's got a link tree in the bio with a little bit more information, right? YouTube, landing page, things like that. He's got results, testimonials, pro players, college players, and then Euro ball, right? Which is pretty cool. I like the branding, right? It's all kind of like a similar color. Same thing. My story, 4 swings, 4 bombs. I'm sure that was a video that kind of popped. And then here is a testimonial video, right? So as you can see, like 5 completely different types of profiles, right? So we got somebody with not a lot of followers. You got a couple people with like mid-size accounts, somebody with a bigger account right here in football recruiting, and then somebody with a really big account. And we can see what each of these people are doing. And obviously, you got to figure out what works best for you. And this is in no way an income claim that if you follow this, that you're going to make, what was it, $196,000 a year, right? I know nothing about you, okay? If you want my help directly to actually optimize your Instagram profile, because there's so much more to just, getting your Instagram profile set up, like actually, marketing and selling it. How do you actually create the program? How do you deliver the program? How do you actually get athletes results and then show the proof so that way you could put it on your stories, right? There's so much more to it than just what I showed you in this video. So obviously you could check out all my other YouTube videos if you just want to continue to learn for free. If you want my help directly, I've worked with hundreds of people. You want the certainty of having a coach that's actually going to help you achieve the goals that you have for yourself, right? Then go ahead, click the link in the description, apply to work with me. Either way, hopefully you guys got a ton of value out of this video. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.